What's up, everybody? Let's talk about NXT Season 3, All Diva Season. How the show's, there's probably a lot that on this show that I actually feel like needs critiqued. It feels like the divas they had in development are far less polished than any other male wrestlers they have even signed or called up, and that makes a lot of sense. They signed a lot of females that weren't professional wrestlers at all, and they're trying to train them to be professional wrestlers. And for starters, before the show goes on, I don't follow spoiler sites, so I wasn't aware of this. But I did go to WWE.com, and I noticed that there were only 5 divas. They were advertising only 5, and I'm like, okay, where's the gigantic Amazonian-looking woman, Eloisa or something her name was. And okay, so they aren't showing her on the website at all, which meant to me either they're just trying to attract people to the show with the good-looking ones, or she's off the show. And beginning of the show, my question was answered, she's off the show. And actually I got a little curious before, and I went to, I just searched on Google, and I said, NXT Season 3 contestants, and then on one of the top of the pages it says, there was one of the results, and I went to the site and it said, Eloisa was cut, and they had a storyline reason that she was gone because Vicky Guerrero didn't like her and fired her. So I immediately went to Florida Championship Wrestling's website, fcwwrestling.com, and the only girl even on their talent roster list that wasn't in the contest was a decent enough looking blonde girl, and sure enough, she's the one they brought in. So the show starts out, and they bring out the Diva rookies, and they have a different theme song for NXT. They still have the If I Can Get Through This song, but they've changed the other one. Wild and Young is gone. And so they gave them all a chance to introduce themselves, and Vicky Guerrero didn't like the one girl, Caitlin, I believe her name is. And so she made her reintroduce herself a few times. And here's where it gets interesting in my mind. Since it's mostly guys that watch the WWE, are we going to be voting for these girls based on the girls that we think are the hottest? Because we have to look at them every week. Or are we going to actually take into consideration the ones who are the most well-rounded, who can talk, who can wrestle, who looks good, all of it combined? Who's the total package? Because there's only one right now that looks like she has all of it so far. So, okay, first of all, I'll just break down the divas who we have. We have AJ. By far, she is the most attractive one to me out of the entire bunch. She looks like she's like spunky and fun and like innocent and all that stuff. But when they have a dance contest, she busts out immediately into dirty girl grinding on Tony Chimmel. So maybe my first opinion is wrong on this girl. But when they let her talk, she was very bad on the mic. She needs to work on that, which explains why she hasn't been called up to the main roster earlier. Then we have Oksana with Goldust. Now, I'm not saying she's not attractive or she's not good on the microphone, because she is. And the thing is that she just looks and sounds entirely too much like Maurice. Even though she's Lithuanian and Maurice is French-Canadian, they just look way too similar. I don't think she's going to make it. It's through no fault of her own. Then we have Jamie. She was the ring announcer for NXT Season 2, and gotta tell you, I do not think she's attractive. She's athletic, though, so that could go in her favor, absolutely. And she's not bad on the mic, but she was really, really dull. I mean, it's not ring announcing when you're cutting a promo. She needed to step it up a little on the microphone. She just doesn't have that it factor to me. So she can talk on the mic without getting flustered or anything like that, but then again, she had practice being the ring announcer, so that's kind of an unfair advantage. And then we have Caitlin. She was the new one who came in to join Vicky Guerrero after, the Amazonian girl, whatever her name was, Eloisa, was kicked off. I actually think they've got her looking like she is kind of a rookie, just taking orders from Vicky Guerrero and doing everything she tells her, and just acting kind of like an intern or something. But I don't know how long. I really don't know anything about her. I don't know how long she's been in Florida Championship Wrestling. For all I know, they only had one girl left to choose from, and they needed to call her up to make this thing 6 again. And she was the only one that was even remotely attractive, and so they called her up last minute. Now, can she wrestle? That remains to be seen. Can she talk? Not well. It seems like she's going to need some practice, but I think if it turns out that she can wrestle next week when they give her a chance, and that she actually can get a handle on her microphone skills and somehow play this angle of working with Mickey Guerrero to her favor, she might show up being someone who wasn't even originally supposed to be on the show and win the whole thing. It's entirely possible. We have Maxine. Maxine is one of the two that I think has the best shot now, just from first appearances, to win the whole thing. She's not ugly. She's not the hottest girl in the world, but she's attractive. No one's going to throw her out of bed. She was really, really good in the ring during her match, and she was really good on the mic. That's what sealed it for me. The wrestling on the mic, and even though I wouldn't have ranked her one of the hottest in the competition to begin with, just looking at her. Then we have Naomi, the only black girl in the competition, but she's a former dancer, a cheerleader. I don't think she might be a gymnast. I don't remember everything they said, but you can just tell by looking at the girl that she's very athletic. She was really good on the mic. She impressed me when she was the first one to step up and talk. And her in-ring ability was way better than I thought it would be. I knew that she's the Florida Championship Wrestling Florida Women's Champion, but I didn't think that really mattered. I don't know how good any of the women are down there, so that really didn't mean a lot to me. But she proved to me that she was pretty decent. Okay, so we have 2 matches. As you can tell, this thing isn't going in order of how it happened. Then we had 2 matches. We had Primo, Cologne, and AJ, and Oksana and Goldust. Now, clearly these 2 people were paired together for a reason, these 2 pairs. Primo and AJ. AJ looks real tan, dark hair. She looks like she could be Puerto Rican. So putting her with Primo makes perfect sense, and it gives Primo something to do because he's not in any storylines right now. And then Oksana and Goldust. They bring Goldust out. Oksana dresses in gold and black. She has blonde hair. She just looks like she matches with him. And again, Goldust isn't doing anything. Surprised Yoshitatsu or someone isn't a coach this year. Matter of fact, I don't think there should be any guy coaches in the All Diva season, but what are you going to do? We've got Primo and AJ against Goldust and Oksana. This match didn't last very long. I knew it wasn't going to, looking at the time we had left in the show when it started. And AJ won, but it seemed like she won way too quick. I think she's the forerunner. I think everyone in the company, I've heard all kinds of good things about her from just anyone that's ever seen any Florida Championship Wrestling. And they're like, oh, she should have been called up a long time ago. And this is my first glance at looking at her, and it looks to me like she's attractive, she can wrestle, she needs to get her mic skills down. That's why she hasn't called up yet. And that she's got time, unless she gets eliminated in 4 weeks at the beginning of this. She has time to get better at that and get more comfortable in front of the WWE crowd. Sure, it could just be nerves. Most likely it is. It's the first time she's been on camera, at least, in front of the WWE audience, like that big of an audience. And then we have Naomi. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Kelly and Naomi against Alicia Fox and Maxine. This was the first match they had. Naomi really impressed me, but Maxine, more than anything, really impressed me in this. Then we have 2 contests. Apparently, they're going to have a couple contests every week, and the winners of the most contests get immunity. So this is going to be more like a real-world Road Rules challenge or something to me. Then there's a dance-off. Speaking of the dance-off, Naomi won by a huge margin by the audience. But I'm not exactly sure what they were looking for. To me, I actually thought that AJ and Tony Chimmel was pretty decent. And then Josh Matthews and Oksana was pretty decent. So, I don't know. Apparently Michael Cole is some kind of a really qualified dancer that I'm unaware of. I don't know if that's just something they're saying, but he came out all looking like an idiot. And I don't know how anything he did out there helped the two people that he danced with win, but Naomi won. Then we have to capture the flag. And I think the reason Naomi won is because she's taller, longer limbs, her legs are longer, her arms are longer. She's able to jump past these people, run faster, grab the flag faster. That's why she won those contests. So, yeah, this is more of a watch and learn. We're just going to have to watch, and this could be like a slow-moving car crash where we just watch and see, but I don't know how good this show is going to do. I mean, I'd be curious to see how the ratings do, but I don't know what else to say. At least we get some eye candy for a few weeks, you know. We get to find out as much as we can about these girls, because most of them probably will get called up. And for now, that's my NXT Season 3 Episode 1 review.